Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 11. You guys, third time's a charm. Back in this car for a third video. Let's get to it, shall we? I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all.
All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you could hear it all throughout the store.
This Rox coming to you today with the review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? You guys, so let's start with Happy Eddie and Wendy. Zen, Win, and Happy Eddie, you guys. First, the show opens with them surprising I think he might be the oldest kid for his birthday, 4:30 in the morning. Not quite sure why we have to do it so early, but maybe they just wanted to catch him off guard. Okay, cute little family. Anyway, later on we see Wendy and Eddie. They go out for Jamaican food. It gets settled. They're talking about Wendy's talk show. You guys know that Wendy is head first into this talk show thing now. Every season that Wendy's on, it's something different. This year, it's a talk show. And remember last week, she hired new producers and everything. She said she's been very overwhelmed, though, because they're still trying to... It's just a lot of stuff that you have to do when you are actually creating a show from the ground up. So they're finalizing guests and getting their topics together, and I guess the way that they want things to run. Blopty-blopty-blue. Now we find out that Eddie also has a business venture. Yes, Happy Eddie. And remember, they had all that shit to say about Eddie last season. Actually, it's been a couple of seasons that Eddie has been the target, it seems. And Eddie is still very well, he still is in a good mood, okay? And he's Happy Eddie. So he has a weed business that he's getting into. Apparently, weed is legalized in Potomac or Maryland, Virginia, wherever they are. I never really know where Potomac is. I know it's the DMV area. Okay, that's the best I could do. Eddie says that it's been legalized. However, only 2% of the market is owned by Black people. So he is dipping his big toe into the pool, and he is now going to push his weed, push his product, Happy Eddie. It's a cute name. It was actually a smart thing to do. I mean, and weed is always going to be consumed. Okay, so I think that's a great business venture for him. Maybe he can just bring Wendy in on that, because Wendy, child, all this stuff that Wendy be going through, and none of it comes to fruition. So the family is all in, and you know, Happy Eddie says that he wants Wendy to be maybe the spokesperson or the face of the brand. But yes, they're very busy, so they have to start scheduling things, as long as they don't schedule sex. Sex cannot become routine, and Happy Eddie says absolutely not. Okay, sex is first, and then everything else. Now, jumping over to Ashley and Gizelle, we see Ashley and Gizelle, they're together. And child, they tell us that they are coming out with an athleisure line. Okay, Gizelle lovingly described it as Lululemon and Savage. Okay, these two together is G&A, which stands for Gizelle and Ashley. Now, I don't know who told them that they needed to come out with any type of fashion, anything. I don't give a damn if it's athleisure. Never have we looked at Gizelle, or I mean, we definitely ain't looked at Gizelle, but we ain't even looked at Ashley and said that child had any fashion sense. They both are probably the least fashionable on the show. Okay, actually, this group of ladies are really not all that fashionable. I mean, you can give it to Karen. Candace does try, and Wendy is trying to become the next Portia. But other than that, them ladies don't be looking like nothing. Mia stepped it up this season. I mean, Mia never looked like a mess or anything, but she wasn't doing anything special. I did notice that she's trying to do a little bit more this season. I love her bob and everything, but yeah, I'm just, This cast is not fashionable, but okay, athleisure. Maybe it might be a little different since it's workout wear. Maybe we can, y'all buying they stuff? G&A, is that on y'all list of things to buy? When Gizelle said it was going to be, rhinestones and sparkles and lace, I was just like, right there. Just right there, let me know that nobody need to be wearing that shit. Talk about it ranges from 12 to 65. I said, okay, y'all. So, I mean, we'll give it a chance. We'll see what G&A is doing and everything. But right now, we don't have much high hopes. But Ashley is really hoping that it does well, because Ashley said that she let her finances go by the wayside because she was relying so much on Michael. But now that her and Michael aren't together anymore, so she says, she needs to make sure that she replaces the money that she now no longer has. She can't count on his income. So this is her venture into it. I said, girl, put your extra little $4,500 in with the rest of the money that Michael gave you. Opening days sales, let's see what they get. I was like, girl, nobody is, but maybe, maybe it'll be cute, child. We'll see, but I don't know. All Ashley knows is that her coochie sweats, and so whatever they do, the leggings got to have extra material in the crotch. And then jumping over to Karen. So, you guys, I must admit, I never watched Karen's little extra show that she did for Bravo that talked about her family and her buying the property, her family's old land out there in Surrey County. Okay, I've never had any interest in that, and I still don't have any interest in Karen's family. I know that sounds jacked up and everything, but I just don't. Like, I don't care about none of that. So it makes it very hard for me to, like, even pay attention to Karen when she's talking about, her getting the tourism up in Surrey County. All right, but she seems to have the vision, so I mean, good for Karen for that, but y'all, anyway.
Well, I bought my grandmother's estate, so let's be clear. I am turning that into a guest house, and hallelujah, my aunt let it go for a pretty penny.
So we see Karen, and she's talking to her family, and they're talking about, the things that she plans on doing there. You guys remember, she wants to have, like, I guess maybe a bread and breakfast, or a small little boutique-y kind of place that people can stay at. And one of the family members was just like, as long as you don't put anything freaky there. I was just like, now what does Karen have like a reputation with her family that she's freaky? Maybe we need to revisit Sharice's accusations of last season, because who says these kind of things? And don't put no nudist camp there, but on bump. Okay, Karen said no, there will not be a nudist camp there.
But I might put a little weed there. Okay, I'm gonna get you high.
Go on and put some weed down there on the slave plantation, Karen. See how your ancestors feel about that. Anyway, later on we see her and Uncle Jessup, they go out. And child, Uncle Jessup now just kind of feels like an afterthought. Like, it just feels like he is there to complete a scene, and it like has nothing else to really offer to nothing. So,
You know what, Uncle Jessup, you think you're slick? You're taking me out on a date. You better not order me anything from the Happy Meal menu.
Okay, because Karen can have Happy Meal, not Happy Meal, child, Happy Hour menu. Karen can have a Happy Meal from McDonald's if she wants, but she said that she don't do Happy Hour, okay? You paying full price if you trying to take Karen Huger out. Okay, so anyway, after they order their food, Karen,
oh, you don't want to share with me? Okay, we see what happens after you've been married to somebody for 27 years.
So anyway, Karen is sitting there, and she's talking about prioritizing her health. You guys remember we found out that she has the 5% plaque buildup in her arteries, and that was alarming to her because I guess she's felt like she's always been pretty healthy. So now she really is focusing on her health. So she's going to get a trainer, and Uncle Jessup, well, I can pick her out for you. Does it have to be a man? And she was just like, yes, absolutely. Because she said that she needs that motivation. But that's not why they're there. So, while they're there, Karen is telling him about how she's going up to visit her property up in Surrey County, and that she's invited the girls. But because the girls be on one half the time, she just put some names in a hat, the names of the people that she wanted to come, and then she was going to draw from that hat. And so the people that she drew from that hat was Gizelle, Ashley, Candace, and Wendy. Okay. And so those are the people that she is going to invite to her special trip. So she sends a text message out. And it was a long thing. And, she read it to Uncle Jessup. And immediately she got responses Okay, Candace is coming. Wendy is coming. I don't know if Ashley respond, but Gizelle did respond and was just like, thank you for the invite, Karen, but I won't be attending, which wasn't surprising because if Candace was going to be there, Gizelle was not going to be there. I think even if Wendy went and Candace didn't go, Gizelle probably would have gone, but no, Candace, Gizelle, there will be no mixing of the two. So everybody's going to get out there, wear their special boots for churning of the ground, and yeah, I guess, well, for now at least, Karen, Candace, and Wendy is going to Surrey County. Now let's jump over to Nneka. We see Nneka, and she's talking to her husband, and she's talking about how much of a challenge that has been. It is still very interesting to me how, like, I guess it's starting to make more sense, their relationship and everything, because when I listen to her talk, she sounds like straight up LA Valley girl. She has that sound. Then when you hear him, he sounds like he might just be like first generation American, that the rest of his family is probably still he still sounds very much Nigerian. He has a very heavy accent and she doesn't. So I'm like trying to even figure out how these two even got together. Like, I need to know more about their life. And you guys, are sad that we have gotten to 11 episodes and we still don't really know much about them, because all we know is that Nneka's mad at Wendy Mama for creating a shrine, and that Wendy Mama supposedly is a witch preying on her downfall. But it would be nice to know a little bit more about Nneka. I mean, they bought this, they're a young couple, come from successful families and everything, but they're a young couple that actually bought a house in Potomac. Like, that's a big deal out there, all right? Because we've known from the very beginning that the zip codes is what these people really depend on. So if they'll be like, okay, if you living in, for example, I know LA zip codes, 90210 is Beverly Hills, right? 90043 is over there where my daddy lives. Okay, that's Crenshaw District, Crenshaw, Slauson, over there, you know. So depending on what area code you live in, that means something. Because even when Nneka was there with her husband and they were looking at the house and all, and Gizelle came over, you know, Gizelle's very impressed by these things. Gizelle actually said that she really likes Nneka because Nneka is smart and she is, you know, successful, and, you know, she made the cut, basically. Oh, she might be dark, but Gizelle can get past that. And hell, why not like the dark-skinned girl if it goes against the other dark-skinned girl that Gizelle doesn't like? Okay, so yeah. But Gizelle was just like, honey, you're in the right place. When Nneka was telling her that Karen had something to say about her being there, and Gizelle was like, Karen, excuse me, Karen is not even an owner. She's a renter, okay? And but Karen rents in Potomac. I don't know why it matters, but it definitely does matter on this show of etiquette and placement, okay? This show is quite snobby. They had gotten away from it from those first couple of seasons, but it looks like we're kind of returning back to that way of thinking. Now, who also comes over? In this case, like, Sharice's presence really just solidifies the fact that this group is, well, Gizelle and Sharice are quite the snobs, and they're kind of like bringing Nneka in. I think Nneka realizes that she needs to try to impress these two, okay? And Sharice is already impressed because she lives in the right area. You guys, Sharice, as much as I don't like Sharice, I will admit Sharice is very well connected in that area, obviously so, okay? And she knows all the right people in Potomac and everything. So that is why that Sharice continues to be on the show and can kind of call what she wants to be. Right now, she's a friend of the show. And she probably likes being that. She can kind of dibble in and out of the show and ain't really got to be super committed to anything. But yeah, no, Sharice definitely is connected in Potomac. She is well respected out there. I mean, I even remember seeing her kids hanging out with the Obama's kids. Okay, so yes, Sharice does have the connection. So anyway, while they're sitting there talking, they talk about Karen inviting them to the thing and how Gizelle denied the invitation. Thank you, but no thank you. But the interesting thing was, once Gizelle decided that she wasn't coming, then Karen turned around and decided to invite the rest of the ladies. And they leave tomorrow. So now all of a sudden she's last minute telling these ladies that they can come. So usually last minute invitations sometimes are good because that gives you already automatically have an excuse to not to go. And so Robyn had already told Karen that she wasn't going to make it because she had already chose to spend the day with her kids, her family. So you guys have a good time. And Gizelle already said that she wasn't coming. And I don't know, did Mia mention anything? Because Mia wasn't on this episode. I mean, she wasn't at the trip. So I don't know if Mia even responded. But Candace and Wendy said they definitely are coming. Nneka is going because Nneka can't afford to miss nothing right now. She's trying to get really in with the girls. Was Mia there? Oh my God, Roxanne. How do you not remember? I don't even remember if Mia was there. I know, you guys, I'm gonna do better. I ain't even been paying attention like I need to. Okay? Not that it matters, but I mean, I at least could tell you who was there, right? But anyway, the rest of I guess Mia is a maybe. Gizelle and Robyn are definitely out. Wendy, Ashley, Candace, and Nneka, they are going on the trip. So on the day of the actual trip, we see the ladies all getting to Karen's house before they leave. Nneka said that she is trying to build this relationship with Karen, even though she is an senior citizen. It's just like, wow. But even though she's a senior citizen, she gives her a little grace for all her oddities. But yeah, she's trying. I was like, Karen is the one that you need to be friends with, okay? Because Karen is very neutral and everybody likes her, and you don't need to have Karen as an enemy. They all get on the bus and we're riding to Surrey County. Okay, having a good time. We even stop at the gas station, and we get like some gas station margaritas. I ain't never had a gas station margarita, but I have had gas station fried liver, gas station giblets. I done had gas station biscuit sandwiches. I done had gas station coffee. Honey, sometimes on the road, them gas stations be where it's at. Mister used to drive trucks for years and years and years and years, and I used to sometimes would go with him riding, and I used to love when we would stop at one of them truck stops. Boy, I would load up anyway. So, they having a great time. They laugh and enjoy it and everything. What about when Ashley told them that her and Gizelle was coming up with this athleisure line? I cracked up when Wendy was like, is that an April Fool's joke? Child, nobody has ever said that Ashley and Gizelle ought to come up with a fashion line, athleisure, or any other thing. But hell, we'll give them an A for effort. While they're also on the bus, Nneka did tell Karen that she felt like the only reason why everybody else got invited was because Gizelle denied the invitation, and Karen said that that wasn't her intention, but she does see how people could think that that is exactly what happened. Now that Gizelle, okay, the great big bad witch of the West is not coming, or should I say the East, the Northeast is not coming, then maybe we'll have the rest of the girls come. But, we get to Surrey County and, I can feel the ancestors when we walk through. The ancestors probably was like, get these bitches off of us. Okay, why they here? So she gets there, she's showing them around, she introduces them to the family. Karen is very proud of where she comes from, and it is a wonderful thing. I'm joking around and everything, but it is actually a wonderful thing to be able to purchase the family property, the estate, keep it in the family. It's historical, it has historical importance to her and her family and everything. So I actually think that this is a great thing. It's just that, unless you are a Huger or whatever Karen was, then I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care. But she tells the family that, she got the girls here, and even though they've been working hard on everything there, now that she's got her girls there, everybody can relax. They gonna take over for the day. Okay, they gonna put their boots on, they churning the land. So they get out there and, they out there, they working, and then somebody see a snake, they think, and then they have, I tell you, I can't stand hysterical women. I am that person that will slap somebody that's hysterical. Okay, no, I won't, because nigga, I can't fight and everything. But I might give you a good shake. Okay, bitch, get a hold of your damn self. I cannot stand all that. All that fanfare, all that screaming. It just gets on my nerves, child. But once we get past the weather, and I don't even think it was a real snake down there, but you know, Wendy is terrified of snakes and everything. So after we get past all the yelling and screaming and everybody get their hoes and Karen tells them what they need to do and they do they all backfilling and they hoeing and all of that. And they run through the field. They love Karen because Karen always tries to bring the girls together. Karen does really try hard to just make it fun for the girls and brings them all together. And she doesn't really entertain all that fighting and everything. So Karen is a good thing. That's why I said Nneka needs to try to be friends with Karen. Her insistence on being friends with Robyn and Gizelle and Charisse and all them, girl, that ain't them ain't the people to align yourself with. Not if you want to be liked by the fans anyway. So we start talking about the sisterhood. You know, Wendy says that this is a sisterhood. However, she cannot consider herself a sister with somebody that cusses her out and talks about her and her family and all of that. And, you know, Nneka had called her a bitch, and Nneka was like, yeah, but you had cursed at me. And she was just like, yeah, but I just cursed in the sentence. I didn't call you a bitch. I didn't call you out your name. Okay. They have a problem with that. Okay. So if I was Wendy, I probably wouldn't want to fuck with Nneka either. Nneka called her mother a witch. Nneka said all of this stuff about her family. Like, no. I'd be cool on Nneka right now too. So Wendy is just like, the only way that we can really get back on track, or not even back, can we get to the track first? The only way we can really get to that track is that it's going to have to be very small baby steps, because she feels like Nneka has skipped the steps to becoming a sister. And Nneka says she's not going to be jumping through no hoops and everything. Listen, Nneka and Wendy, they not going to be friends. It's fine. I don't even know if Nneka gonna be coming back next season, because she has had a very cool reception from the fans. People don't really like Nneka, and it's for no other reason than how she came on the show. And you know, so I don't even know if I doubt that girl will even be back next season. What I will say though, you guys, is the Nneka thing is tired. It's just tired. And we, like I said, we don't know anything more about that girl from the first part of the season till now, other than her and Wendy don't see it for each other. See, Robyn and Mia, you know, they're trying to hone this friendship. It's very odd though. It feels forced to me. But because for some reason, Mia and Karen was a better fit for me. But Mia kind of rubbed Karen the wrong way. So, you know, they trying to get this thing. Mia and Robyn have a little bit in common with their finances and all. So, okay. They're at a place to get their sinuses, their whole respiratory system like cleared out and everything. Anyways, you guys, I guess I should have put this before the trip, because this is where they're talking about the trip that Karen is going to be taking to Surrey County and how she put the names in the bowls and everything and pulled the names out. Robyn said, thank God she wasn't even invited. So it works out perfectly. But she did end up getting invited at the end, and that's when, after Gizelle turned it down, and that's when Robyn turned hers down. So yeah, like I said, this is out of order, but yeah, it's okay. So Robyn starts laughing and talking about how Karen is just odd to her and how she's never said this before, but one time she had to do something and Karen handed her phone, and she looked in her pictures and saw a picture of her family, like a screenshot picture of her family in her phone, and she thought that was weird. And she said that let her know that Karen was obsessed with her. And I was like, girl, anytime, if anybody looked through my phone and they saw some old random picture of somebody in there, ain't got no business being in my damn phone, it's because I was talking about them. 99% of the time I was talking about them, and I probably sent that picture to somebody else, okay, and just kept it in my phone log. But that didn't mean that I was obsessed. Usually it means I was talking about you. That could have been good things or bad things, but that would be the only reason why you was in my phone. So anyway, after they finished talking about Karen, Mia tells Robyn how she had actually went and got a divorce lawyer. That's how bad that things had gotten between her and Gordon. Again, like I said, Mia is grooming us for her new man that she has. You guys saw that new guy? I said, child, let me find out that Mia got a type. If he don't look like a young Gordon, I know something. I mean, absolutely nobody that I would have actually put Mia with. But I was just like, okay, Mia, so now I see a little bit of that hood side of you coming out. Because I looked at that guy and I was just like, Anyway, I'm moving forward, okay? When she tells Robyn that, Robyn was like, oh no, like, I hate that for you. I hope, you and Gordon can work it out. But listen, Mia married a rich man, okay? That's all she required. And the man ain't rich no more. So it's time to move on. And I'm assuming that this other guy that she's seeing, I think he's a DJ, a radio DJ, a popular DJ up that way or whatever. I guess he's got money. So Mia has now gotten off the Gordon train, and now she is on this new nigga train and kicked Gordon to the curb. What about you and Juan? Are y'all good? And she says, yeah, we're all right. We're doing okay. Y'all in counseling? Because Mia and Gordon are in counseling. Robyn says no, because they don't really have any problems with each other. Their problems is all from the outside, so they don't feel like they need to have any kind of counseling. The only thing that they really need to work out is spending more time with each other. And Mia was like, well, I guess it's a good thing because he got fired and he's home with you. He gets to spend all the time you need, okay? Probably too much damn time. We see Juan too much now, you ask me. But, yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. I'll get this edited. All the videos edited and up to you. Make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Roxanne. The channel is It's Rox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.